What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Fish Bro here, and we just came back from a coral haul. This was literally an impulsive I'm gonna go check out the coral store and see what they got. And let me tell you, we got a lot of stuff inside the bag. So we're gonna get home, we're going to dip these guys and then put them in the tank. I know my last video was also a coral haul. I don't want to give you guys the same video over and over again, so maybe this one's just gonna be a quick little update. I also ended up gluing down a lot of my corals to the tank. I did not get to film it. Super sorry about that, but we're gonna go ahead, dip these guys, and check out the tank, see what it's looking like once we put these new corals in. Let's go. Before we head out, we gotta strap these guys and make sure they're nice and safe. All right, let's go. All right, guys, meanwhile we wait for the coral to dip, I'm gonna give you a little update on the pond. As you can see, the waterfalls are turned off. Everything is still practically the same since the last update, which was maybe about 4 or 5 months ago. The fish did grow a little bit. I don't know if you can see them there on camera, but they're swimming around. The small fish, they're eating maybe like 2-3 times a week. And then the big guys, I think they're only eating maybe like once, if even that. Sometimes kois, they do just hibernate and just kind of, don't eat for the whole winter. But the good thing is that spring is almost around the corner, which is really fun, because in the springtime, in the summertime, the pond is really fun to play with and just kind of work on as well. So stay tuned for updates that are coming for the pond, because we are going to do a clean out on the pond, a full clean out. So make sure you guys keep a lookout for any pond updates in my videos. Like I said, in spring we're going to do a full clean out, and we're probably going to get rid of some of these fish that we have in here. They're a lot of the same colors, a lot of the same type of fish, and we want variety. So I'm probably going to pick up around 7 to 10 of my favorite kois. So yeah, just make sure that you guys stay tuned for that. But that is the pond right now. Not much going on. Looks really nice also. But yeah, just the water is not clear at all. Look at that. All right, guys, so that's it for the pond. Not much going on, but like I said, come spring and summer, we're definitely going to make some changes, some updates to the pond. But for now, let's go ahead, head back inside the house and get those corals inside the Red Sea Reefer. Let's go. All right, guys, so we're going to start with the first coral right here, and we have a candy cane. And the reason I got this one is because we already have some candy canes, but we got the green variety, so this should be a nice little contrast to the green one. So let's go ahead and put this candy cane inside. These are also called trumpet corals. They're really hardy, really nice, so they should do really well in the tank, just like those are doing there. So let's go. All right, guys, next coral we got is an SPS. This is a Synfastria coral. Really cool colors. It's actually yellow under the light, and it's the encrusting type. So I don't know, we might place this one on the back wall, but for now we're just going to place it on a random spot, and then we'll pick it later. But it's gonna add such a beautiful orange and yellow color to the tank, which we don't have. All right, next coral we got is some digitata. If the camera wants to focus, there you go. So this is some digitata. I saw one of the viewers type in the comments that I should try out some digitata, and man, when I looked it up and everything, it was just amazing the way. I'm a sucker for branching corals, and I really like this one as well. Especially it fit right in, since we did want to get some red colors in the tank, and I think that's why they recommended it, was because I mentioned I wanted to get away from the green. But this is a beautiful piece. This is actually a bubblegum digitata, so let's go ahead and put it in. All right, guys, the next coral right here I haven't kept in a very long time. It's very common, but I just haven't had the chance to keep it, and this is the hammer coral. I went with a yellow tone type of color for this one. Wanted to get away again from the green and just the other common colors for hammers. So yeah, let's see how this goes. All right, next up we got torch coral. This is one of my favorites right here. Definitely cannot beat the torches. This one right here is a I forgot what color this one was. Yeah, definitely forgot which morph this is. Let's go ahead and add it to the tank. Oh, I remember, it's a dragon soul torch. All right, guys, so these next 4 pieces, this is actually the reason why I went to go get some coral in the first place. So first up we got the button scoly right here. This is just a nice piece. You guys, trust me, once you see it under the light, obviously, you know, if you know, you know, right? Because scolies are just super, super nice. So this is actually like a smaller variation of scolies. They're called button scolies. They say to have a hard sting, but we're gonna try to keep them separate from the other corals to avoid that. All right, so we couldn't just get a scoly and not get a second one because, well, that first one was green, and again, I'm trying to get away from the green, so we definitely had to pick up a red one. And so we got the red button scoly just to kind of contrast against that first green one. So this is gonna look really, really nice. We're not gonna keep them together. We're gonna keep them on opposite sides of the tank. So this one's gonna go on this side. All right, last but not least, well, actually, yeah, this is the last of it. Last coral is right here. This is actually a coral I've been looking for a very long time. I've seen a lot of reels on Instagram, a lot of posts on these corals, and it's really hard to find. They're really, really popular right now. I've gone to a lot of fish stores and I couldn't find them, but we did find them here. So without further ado, we have trachyphilia. It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece. I don't know, I love brain coral. It's one of my favorites. The way it looks, the structure, the colors, you just can't beat it. The reef tank is looking like a reef tank. So just like the button scolies, that was a green trachy, and this one right here is more of a red variation of it. So definitely had to get two again with that contrast. But let's go ahead and get this guy inside the tank. I'm gonna put them next to each other so you guys see the difference in the trachy colors. Well, they look kind of similar. All right, guys, so really quick, this is what the corals are looking like the next day. Please excuse the brown hair algae that's on the sand. I'm not sure what's going on there. We're gonna have to look into that and see what is causing the algae. I tested the water not too long ago. I haven't done a water change in probably about a month or two, I must say, so it could be the result of not doing a water change. But look at this dragon soul torch, just looks really, really amazing. And then right next to it, we got the bubblegum digitata. I gotta move that or it's gonna get stung. But honestly, the dragon soul has become one of my favorite pickups so far out of this batch. I'm also loving the yellow hammer coral. That one is just really, really nice. I simply like it because it's yellow. It's different than a lot of the corals that we have in here. And then we got the green button scoly. That one's really eye-catching as well. You can't miss that. That neon green is just hard to miss inside a reef tank. And then back there, we got the two trachees. I love the one in the front. It's also like a neon green. It looks way better in person than it does on camera. And the one in the back, I thought it was a little more red, but it actually isn't. Maybe I need to adjust the lighting here in the tank to make those reds pop out a little bit more on that coral. But yeah, in the pictures, it was way, way more red than what it is now. And then to the right of it, you got the button scoly right there. Very, very nice coral as well. And then lastly, we got this last SPS coral right here. Looking really, really eye-catching as well. You just cannot miss that coral and its color. It's very, very nice. So last thing to do is we need to go ahead and place these corals onto the rocks or on the sand bed. A lot of them belong on the sand bed, like the scolies and the trachees. Those belong on the sand bed, but the SPS and the torches and the euphilia, we got to go ahead and put those on the rock. I'm not sure where. I feel like my tank looks like it has a lot of space, right? But at the same time, a lot of things are being shaded. For example, this coral right here is shading all of that area there as well. And then this toadstool right here is also shading all that area right there too. So it's kind of hard. I don't want corals to get shaded. So I might have to make a lot of adjustments, but for now, we're going to try to find some spots for the torches and the digitata to see where we can put those. Maybe up top at the tank here in the back, perhaps maybe on this side here, moving a couple corals so we could put the digitata up there somewhere. I'm thinking of putting the torches right there, the torch and the hammer perhaps, or maybe placing the hammer right here on this corner. I'm not sure honestly, but we're gonna go ahead and see where these corals fit best. This is challenging, so we're gonna see, because you know, sometimes you don't like where you glued something down and then you got to move it, so it can get a little bit annoying moving pieces back and forth, and especially you don't want to do that because corals like, you know, stability. They don't like to be moved around every single day, you know, every other day, every week even. They like to be where they are. They like to be stable. So we're gonna go ahead and see where we can glue down these corals. I hope this goes well and I don't damage anything in the process, because you never know. But we're gonna try to be as careful as possible, and let's go ahead and glue down these corals. All right, guys, this is the final look of the tank. I glued down a lot of the corals. Let me know what you think down in the comments below if I should make any changes. But just to give you guys a quick rundown, so I did split up these candy canes right here. I put one in the back, and man, that was such a good idea because it added so much depth to the tank. I can now place corals here in the front, in the middle, move things around. Again, not all of these are permanent. Some of them I did not glue down, some of them are just placed. However, if they do encrust onto the rock, then we're gonna have a problem. But other than that, we can still smooth some of these pieces. So the right side, I think it's my favorite. I think it's looking really, really nice. I just like the way it's coming out so far. That digitata in the middle, wow, that thing is just a beautiful, beautiful red. And then it's a bubble gum, so it does have like little tips of green right there on the tips. And then we move on to the left side here on the rock on the left side, and we got a lot of the same colors on this side. It doesn't look as vibrant as the right side, but honestly it has the most growth, with the Duncan here having about, I don't know, maybe like 40 heads, I'm sure. It has heads on this side, has heads behind. Yeah, it's got a lot of heads. But yeah, this side looks a little bit dull. I was going into that theme of just neutral colors such as pink, tans, and that's why it kind of looks very, very similar. But we did add the button scoly right there, just to give it some pop right there, give it a nice piece. And then we have the other button scoly right here on the right side, which is very, very well matched because there's a lot of colors on this side. But this is what the tank is looking like. This is the end right here. So hopefully we're gonna let some of these pieces grow. Hopefully they do well, we don't run into any issues, but you never know. And yeah, we are definitely going to be picking up more corals, but I think for right now we are good. We're just going to focus on the maintenance of the tank, getting those parameters right on track, making sure they stay constant and stable, because that's what's most important right now. Without those parameters being in check, we can't keep any of these corals. So I'm still a little bit like, what the heck with the clam, because it does not want to move from that spot. I guess it really, really just likes it there. So it's very awkward. It just looks like it's placed randomly right in the middle, up front, hitting the glass. It just does not look very, very good. But guys, I am really, really impressed with myself, number one, and I'm just really happy with the tank as well, because I've always wanted my tank to look like an actual reef tank, and I feel like it has never looked like an actual reef tank, or at least a tank that I think looks like an actual reef tank. But nonetheless, I'm pretty stoked. I'm pretty excited about where this tank is going and what it's looking like. I can't wait for these pieces to grow and just keep this tank pushing forward. All right, fish bros, thanks for checking out today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Remember to hit that like button, comment down anything you like from this video or anything about reefing in general, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so that we can keep making more videos like this one. We're gonna take this tank to the top, so make sure you guys support. Again, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, fish bros.